Hello everyone and welcome back to Aunty TV. Girl, today is a very special day. You don't know what today is? You don't know what today is? Girl, it's my birthday. Oh yeah, it's my birthday and I'm so excited that I get to spend my birthday with you guys. Let's just unpack, okay? Sit down, relax, grab a snack. During the course of my time on this earth, 25 years of my life, I've learned so much, and now that I'm entering into 26 and I'm just feeling myself, I just want to share as much wisdom that I've learned. So in the next few moments, just let me be your big sister. Let me go and talk some sense into you. Let me give you a little pep talk. Let me give you some of the lessons that I had to learn the hard way, okay? First things first, if they wanted to, they would have. I know it hurts our feelings. I know you don't want to hear that. If they wanted to text, they would have. If they wanted to call, they would have. If they wanted to reach out, they would have. If they wanted to take you on a date, they would have. Don't fault anybody for their boundaries. Don't fault anybody for their inconsistencies. Listen, you saw them for who they were. Time to move on. Just back up out of there, get up out of there, okay? Honey, if they wanted to, they would have. That's on period. Next, you can't heal what you don't reveal. How can you ask God for a spouse, a partner, a new friendship, a new work relationship? How can you ask for any of these things, a business partner, anything? How can you ask God for it when you refuse to show the places where you're hurt, okay? But listen, you got some things going on, you got issues. Everybody's got issues. Nobody on this earth is perfect. So it's okay to reveal the places where you want to be healed. Because think about it, when you go to a doctor's office, the first thing that the doctor asks, where does it hurt? And sometimes it's okay to just stop for a second and just show, this is where it hurts. When they abandoned me, when they rejected me, when they walked out on me, when I was disappointed, when I was grieving, this is where it hurt. You can't heal what you don't reveal. So good. Your worth is not up for negotiation. You don't see Chanel on a clearance sale. You don't see Louis Vuitton on a 50% off. You don't see Fendi. You don't see Prada or Gucci on sale. So why are you putting yourself up for sale? You know what you're worth, right? So why do you keep settling for less? You know that you're worth way more than what they're paying you at that job, okay? Don't settle for anything that is beneath you, okay? Next, this is just a chapter, not the entire story. Don't stress, don't trip, don't be overwhelmed, don't think that this is all that there is and it's always gonna be like this. Honey, it will not always be like this. Embrace this time that things are slow and you have time to get to know you. Embrace this moment in time because this time will not always be. There will be a time when you won't be able to sit in your car and eat a Nacho Bel Grande, okay? There will be a time when you'll be busy and you'll be traveling and you'll have a whole bunch of things to do. You'll have PTO meetings and Friday night football games and ballet recitals and having to be sexy and be a wife and be a mother, and it's a lot, okay? So embrace this chapter because this is not the entire story, okay? Don't drink the poison just because you're thirsty. Honey, I know. They look good. Okay, they smell good. It seems like it's a good idea, but don't let the loneliness lead you into toxic relationships. So now you're ingesting this poison. Every time that you're with this person, they drain you, they suck the life out of you. Okay, you literally are with relational vampires that they literally suck the life out of you. Whatever reason that you feel like you're thirsty, and I'm speaking because this is something that I lived, this is something who I was, and I'm still working through all of these lessons that God is trying to teach me. But what I'm saying is, there is a thirst that only God can satisfy. There is a hunger that only God can satisfy. And when you try to replace the appetites of salvation with the appetites of sin, then you find yourself not only dying of thirst, but also dying because you ingested this toxic thing. So the cost of procrastination is the life that you could have lived. Okay, there's so many times whenever I look back on relationships that I was in, and you spend 2-3 years in a relationship that went nowhere. Okay, that's the time that you could have been putting into getting a degree. That's the time that you could have been using to get certified in something. That's the time that you could have used writing a book or starting something new that God called you to do. Don't procrastinate. Don't put your life on hold for anyone. When you procrastinate, you are really like stopping yourself. You are your own enemy. And I want to do a whole other video on the reason why we can't effectively work, the reason why we are so unmotivated. I think I've kind of cracked the code. So let me know if you guys want to hear a Christian psychological take on why we get so unmotivated and why we're so led to procrastinate. Let me know if y'all want to see a video on that. If you don't heal what hurt you, you will bleed on the person that didn't cut you. This is another part about healing, which is really hard. Don't make your future husband pay for the things that happened in your past. Don't let the next opportunity that comes, that you pass by it because of your trust issues. Don't let the next thing that God has prepared for you, the next door that's about to open, the next table that you're about to sit at, don't let that be sabotaged because you refuse to heal from the things that hurt you. And then now you're hurting this husband that you prayed for. Now you're hurting this business partner that you prayed for, hurting the friendships that you prayed for. You prayed for this. You don't want to infect the next person that comes into your life. So if you don't heal what hurt you, you're going to bleed on the person who never cut you. Just because you have a shape does not mean that you're in shape. I'm going to tell you this right now. Listen, don't interrupt me while I'm talking, okay? Listen to your big sis. Girl, the only reason why you were healthy all throughout elementary, middle school, and high school is because you were forced to go to PE, okay? Your metabolism over time is going to slow down, all right? So you need to be aware of what you put in your body. Girl, if you're not moving, if you're not working out, if you're not doing something with yourself, girl, you're gonna gain weight really, really quickly. And you're gonna be wondering why you not fine no more. And sometimes, even in the South, we don't wanna talk about it, but let me tell you, in the South, we glorify the thickness. We glorify thick fine. We glorify it, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I wanna be drop dead gorgeous, even while I'm naked. I'm sorry, I'm a preacher, I'm gonna say it. I wanna be absolutely fabulous on my wedding night. You hear me? I wanna be fine, I wanna have abs, you hear me? I wanna look gorgeous even without my clothes on. I don't wanna have to depend on a Spanx, okay? I don't wanna have to depend on the corset, the waist trainer to make me look good. I wanna look good in and out my clothes, okay? That's that. In a world of trends, decide to be a classic. But I'm telling you, girl, don't believe the hype, okay? Even with the clothes that you wear, okay? Like a lot of things, the showing a lot of skin is really in. I know, I understand. You wanna show all your little stomachs. You wanna show the little booty cheeks. I understand. I get it, I've been there. I dressed like that, girl, I know. I'm talking about what I know, okay? But what I'm saying is this, be a classic, okay? In a world full of paper plates, you need to be fine china. That you're different from the rest. You don't show everything. You don't act like how they act. You don't do what they do because you're different. And that's just that. Do not sell your soul for emotional gain. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't sell your soul for emotional gain, girl. I know you're lonely. I know you're single. I know it's a pandemic outside and you don't know how you're gonna date. Do not sell your soul for emotional gain. And I don't know what emotionally it is that you might sell your soul for. I don't know whether or not if it's you feel rejected, you feel abandoned, you feel overwhelmed, you feel anxious. I don't know what emotionally is going on with you. If you've got daddy issues, if you've got trauma, if you had to deal with abuse, domestic violence. I don't know. I don't know what it was for you. But this is not the time to feel sorry for yourself. This is not the time to play the victim. This is not the time to purposefully ignore red flags. This is not the time to ignore someone's behavior and their lack of integrity. Girl, do not, whatever you do not sell your soul for emotional gain. Spiritual hygiene is important too. Not everybody deserves access to you. Not everybody can be your friend. Not everybody means you well. Not everybody is going to congratulate you. Not everybody is clapping when you win. Not everybody deserves the access to your spirit. I know this because beyond the prophetic, I have a healing anointing. And many guys that I've dated before in the past, they would always be like, I just feel so at peace when we're together. There was something about me, and we know what it is, it's the anointing, that I have this healing gift. And because of that, guys would gravitate to me to suck the life out of me, okay? So what I'm saying is, girl, spiritual hygiene is important too. You need to keep that soul clean, keep your spirit clean, keep your heart clean, keep your heart postured towards God, because not everybody deserves access to you. So just like how you do your self-care regimen on a Sunday, just like how you take care of your body, just like how you wash that hair underneath them bundles. I hope you are, girl. Just like how you get up in there in the nooks and crannies, you get up in there and you do what you gotta do. Just like how you do that, girl, I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy with your spirit, okay? Discern your Peters from your Judas, okay? Because many times we have friends, okay? Colleagues, acquaintances, family members even, people who we decide that we are gonna trust, okay? And we have to understand and discern between, was this just a one-time thing? Did you just lie this one time? Did you hurt my feelings just this one time? Did you hit that low blow just this one time? Or is this a repetitive thing? Are you constantly a backstabber? Are you constantly gonna betray me? Are you constantly gonna talk about me behind my back? You need to discern between your Peter, who's just gonna deny you once, or 3 times, sorry, Peter. Who's gonna deny you in a moment? Or are you gonna be dealing with these Judases, where they actually are a frenemy, where they actually like the broken you better? Separate yourselves from the Judases and give Peter another chance. There is no blueprint, because you are the example. You look around, you Google, you research, you look at every blog, every article, looking for somebody who sounds like you, looking for somebody who acts like you, looking for somebody who has your vibe, looking for somebody who shares that kind of energy, looking for somebody who's gonna talk it the way that you need it to be talked. You need somebody that acts like you, somebody that represents you. You keep looking for this blueprint, but honey, you'll never find it. Why? Because you are the blueprint. You are the prototype. You are the one that you've been looking for. You are the one who needs to be exactly what you're looking for. I know whenever I started this channel, I said I needed somebody teach me about being a feminine but Christian woman. And I never heard femininity from the perspective of a Christian woman who was in ministry. I didn't hear it. And because I didn't hear it, I knew that I needed to be it. So whatever it is that you need to be, okay, be that. Be the fullness of your purpose. Do that. Be that. Because you are not just a prototype. Girl, you are a paradigm. That means that things change. History changes when you decide to step into the room. So girl, don't be afraid to walk in this thing. You are the example. You are the blueprint. You are the prototype. You are the paradigm shift. Stop caring what they think. Who are they? Do they pay your bills? Do they make your life easier? Do they pray for you? Who is they? Stop caring about they and them, okay? Don't consider them. Consider him. Don't even worry about what they're talking about, okay? Stop caring about these people who are irrelevant. Stop caring about people who will never understand the purpose that's on your life. Hair is never right. Your clothes are never right. Your makeup's never right. Your body's never right. The things you say is never right. Stop worrying about these people, okay? Stop even considering what they have to say about you. Keep your head up. They ain't got a heaven or a hell to put you in. And I believe that. Obedience is God's love language. I wish that I would have caught this, and I'm still in the process of trying to learn this, and this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to work out in my entire life, is that obedience is his love language. It's hard, y'all, it's hard, especially when God is telling you to do something that is out of your comfort zone, out of your personality, out of your preferences. That's hard. are to do it even when you're afraid. It's scary to be bold and to be fully in faith, but most of the time the things that we're afraid to do, there's something on the other side of that God wants to use. Every single time I made a major faith move, hear me out. Every time I made a faith move, every time I stepped out on faith and I did something that scared me, okay? God has always come through with something even bigger, even better, something that blew my mind. So I'm telling you this, obedience is his love language. Your time is in God's hands. I just want you to rest in that. Your times are in his hands. When you get married, when you get into the right career, whenever you're a mother, whenever it happens, it's in his hands. So don't worry about your timing. Don't worry about your singleness. Don't worry about your career. Don't worry about your family. Don't worry about your biological clock. Don't worry about any of those things, because all of your time is in his hands. When you can grasp that and get an understanding of that, you can just relax and know that it's in his time. And I don't have to be worried about when or if or how or where. Girl, it's in his hands. Your time is coming. And when it does come, even when you feel like you've arrived, your time is still in his hands. This is my last thing. Don't hide who you are. It's one of the biggest lessons, and I'm still working through this. If only you knew. Okay? Don't hide who you are. I was recently talking to a guy and things were going smoothly. Honey, he makes money, he is attractive and all these other good things. But I didn't tell him that I preach. And I didn't tell him that I'm a worship leader. And I didn't tell him that I'm a prophetess. And I didn't tell him that I have healing hands. I didn't tell him any of those things because I didn't want to scare him off. I didn't want to intimidate him. I'm in ministry and I'm worried that I won't find anyone, if I'm honest. So I didn't tell him. But I have a really good friend of mine, and she just rebuked me. Just came from my whole life. You know, she's one of those friends that just like tell you how it is, you know, even when you don't want to hear it. She's just like, you have to stop hiding who you are. You are who you are. And you gotta stop trying to masquerade or pretend like you're not who you are. Stop trying to shrink to fit into rooms that were never designed for you. So stop trying to have butterfly conversations with people who are caterpillars. Stop trying to hide the fact that you've evolved. Stop trying to hide the fact that you've grown. Don't hide. Stop hiding. You can run, but you can't hide from God. And that's one of the things that I've really learned. Thank you guys for just sitting back and just hearing my advice from your big sister. And I'm glad that you guys were open enough and receptive enough to hear where I'm coming from and know that it's all out of love. So also, if you'd like to bless me for my birthday, if I've said or done anything that touched your heart, you can bless me on Cash App for my birthday. My Cash App is Von831. That's my birthday. So in the meantime, between time, you guys, I hope that you learned something from the lessons of my life. I hope that you remember to stay matched and saved. Bye.